Hi, I'm Shelly and welcome to the Leader Workshop on Change Management. You're likely watching this video because staff have identified some real wellbeing concerns around poor change management or poor consultation around change management or just way too many changes at once. Now in a moment you'll pause this video to decide who is the best person to go and inquire with staff about the particular changes and how it's caused distress, a concern, and what solutions they're going to suggest. However, it's often best for the person who has implemented the changes to be the one consulting about the staff concerns. That way staff really feel listened to at the source, and that really connects trust, and therefore staff have better wellbeing just for being listened to. And how will they ensure they catch the views of every single staff member, from the office and admin staff to the people employed to actually do the work? Make sure that everybody gets heard and no one gets missed. So pause the video now to decide who is going to be doing the consulting. Now the temptation here is just to send an email out to staff. It's not going to cut it. If you've implemented changes, staff are upset about things usually for whatever reason. You haven't really quite grasped why that is. And you basically really need to go and speak to the people so that they feel listened to, and that can only be done through a conversation. Yes, you might be going into staff rooms where people are all talking at once. That's okay. Write down everyone's views, make sure you note who you've spoken to, and then come back later and make sure you get every single person. Now decide when is that going to be collated by, where will it be collated, and how will it be collated. You will now be pausing this video to make all of those decisions. This is as far as we can go to this point, so copy the URL of this particular video, paste it into the leader meeting after you collate all the responses, as well as the timestamp below, because you return to this exact point when you've got your information. Welcome back, leadership team. By now you should have a whole list of what changes have caused what concerns, what the causes are behind those problems when it comes to the staff and the changes, and then what solutions that they see. Now you'll be pausing this video, so you're going to be looking for what are the biggest changes that caused the most stress with staff, why that was, drilling down into the causes, and then what solutions staff saw. You'll be collating that perhaps on a whiteboard or on a screen so that everyone sees all that. Take about 5 minutes to do that now. Now, having a look at all of the causes of those stress points, ask yourself in the leadership team, are these things you can do anything about now? And if your answer is no, then perhaps the right person needs to offer an apology to staff because it was something that happened that they didn't foresee would cause so much stress. Now that goes a huge way to improving staff wellbeing, because they really not only feel heard, but an apology is admission that perhaps the solutions didn't work out as well as they'd hoped, and that builds connections so much in a staff setting. Now decide if there's anything in those lists that you can actually do something about now. And if so, what solutions did staff suggest that would actually tackle the cause of the main problem? And which ones of these does your leadership team feel are going to work best and address the biggest part of the cause of the problem so that staff feel less stressed? Pause the video now to make those decisions. So what if the potential solutions seem pretty unclear to you? Well, you just take it back to your staff. You just decide when is the next staff meeting that you can take it back to staff where they can have input in which solution they think will work best. Now if you have found yourself one or two high value solutions, you now need to stop the video and answer these points here. These are all the questions that you need to answer in order to affect the change that will hopefully improve things for staff wellbeing. Now, as leaders, looking at the information that the staff have given you around change management, what are your key takeaways when it comes to changing things in future? It is really key here to make sure that the key points are minuted so that you have a list of things that anytime you need to change something in the future, you actually consult the list of what the staff have recommended that cause the biggest stress points so that you avoid the stress points in future. Perhaps even have a consulting body with your staff when you do need to implement a change in the future to ask them about how to go about it to minimise impact on staff. And that concludes the end of the Change Management Workshop. Congratulations.